Well, good evening, everyone. I am so excited for this special edition of Take a Look at Lemongrass Spa here with an amazing individual. I am so honored to bring Donna Parkhurst, who is a premier director with Lemongrass Spa, here with us this evening. Donna joined Lemongrass Spa back in 2011. Life looked a little different back in 2011 for all of us, including Donna. And she's going to talk a little bit about her journey here tonight. But on top of her amazing career here with Lemongrass Spa, she has been a multiple spa incentive trip earner. She is a member of our advisory council, a true leader to champion women and help them live their best life. But she's also a certified menopause coach. So we're going to have some fun tonight, talking not only the importance of clean beauty, but in that space for women who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, and the importance of using some different products that work perfectly for them. But here's the thing, you want to start when you're younger. So it's important to take good care of your skin and use good ingredients starting even in your 20s and 30s. So again, no matter what your age, this is going to be a great call for you. And you know what? If we've got some amazing consultants, I'm going to remind you to be tagging people along the way. We've got some fun giveaways here at the end related to Donna's products that she loves. So Donna, welcome. I am so excited that you're here with us. This is
Thank
an
you.
absolute treat. I have so much respect for you for how you've built your business, who you are as a human, how you really are just this authentic
Mm.
individual, and your expertise as a menopause coach. But let's go back to the beginning of why you said yes to Lemongrass Spa and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much. So back in 2008 was really the first time that I came to the realization that the products, the ingredients I was putting into my skin mattered. I had always, from the time I was little, just the way I was raised, I was taught to what we put in our bodies matters. You know, what we're ingesting as food and the ingredients that we put in that way. But it never occurred to me till 2008 that actually my mom brought to my attention. She was just beginning her third journey with cancer. She had breast cancer twice and then was just starting a thyroid cancer journey. So she's the one that actually called me one day and she said, Donna, we have to kind of look at the ingredients we're putting into our skin within our skincare. I'm like, what are you talking about? We use the best stuff, like all the stuff in the spa or Nordstrom, the partner stores. I mean, that's how she raised me. So I was like, what is happening here? And then she said, just go research these ingredients and what the effects of they are, you know, like parabens and breast
Yeah.
cancer tumors and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that was really my beginning of realizing maybe just because I was using good marketed products, they weren't good for me. And then it took another 3 years beyond that to find products that I could trust and that I liked on my skin, and they had the full deal. They did what they said they would do. They had the ingredients that I was coming to trust, and that's when I found lemongrass in 2011, and I've never looked back.
Well, I think you're bringing in a really good point that it's usually a wake up call someone has, because
Yes.
we didn't grow up with our moms teaching clean ingredients because that wasn't a topic back then.
No,
No, it was certainly
no.
not for women in our age group, and even for people now. And so a lot of times it's something that kind of happens and shifts that you start to really become aware of what you're putting on your body and how that impacts. And I think that's so key. I think another key thing that you said is once you find a company, a lot of them don't have as many things as we have. So then you have to piecemeal. What's beautiful about Lemongrass Spa, we have over 300 products from baby all the way up to whatever you might need, from just styling products to hair care to spa to deodorant to makeup. You don't have to start bouncing around different companies. It's all right there. So I think that also probably gave you some peace of mind. So
Absolutely.
so you start your journey in Lemongrass Spa in 2011,
Yeah.
and you said you were homeschooling kids back then.
Hmm.
So you were kind
Yeah.
of weaving that through. Well, now as you're moving into a new chapter in your life, and now you're a menopause coach, tell us a little bit about that and how that's impacted and made you fall more in love with Lemongrass Spa.
Yeah, it's interesting. A couple of years ago, I actually became an integrative wellness, holistic wellness coach. And then I wanted to take it beyond that with having gone through perimenopause, and now I'm on the other side of menopause and I'm postmenopausal, but it's such a journey that women just, they don't, up until recently at least, didn't really have that support of going through that, and what they were realizing, like, well, a lot of us thought we're going crazy, like what's going on with our mind and our bodies, and everything's shifting and it just feels so different. Our skin changing, our minds are changing. And so I took it a step further with my coaching, and I went ahead and got my menopause specialist certification so I could come alongside these women who were like me and in my demographic, and just really niche down and support them with life in general, with the things, I can recommend they put on their skin, community, their spiritual, mental, emotional well-being, the whole thing. It's so all inclusive. And that is so important to me to come alongside women, lift them up, and empower them to be the best that they can be, and be confident in who they are holistically. That's where it's at for me.
I love that, because it's really, we're going to talk in a minute or two about community, but also you were mentioning like finding the right products. So as you're aging and your skin changes,
yeah,
it becomes more important. So talk to me a little bit about how much more important that is to really know those ingredients as you're starting to age, and to really stay away from certain ingredients.
Yeah, and that's still a shift. I mean, even recently, you and I were talking before that in the stage of life, there's allergens that can crop up that, whoa, that never reacted to, that was never a problem for me before. And all of a sudden, I actually went through this experience in the last few months where I still don't even know what caused it, but something inflamed my skin so badly. And, I'm eating the right things, I'm using the right products. And I do believe it was something that I'm ingesting that I still don't know what it is. Yeah. But we have products that can help comfort in those times of distress, which is really encouraging to me. So knowing that I'm using safe products that can help comfort in the times of inflammation, when our bodies are ever changing and going through these morphs. And that's just encouraging to me, knowing that I'm not going to further hurt myself.
Right, exactly. It's never too late to start using clean ingredients. That is never too late.
And when you know better, you do better. It's
so true.
We're always learning.
That is so true. So talking about a little bit about products. So what are some of your top suggestions for women as you're starting to age? So talk to me a little bit about your favorite products.
Well, as we age, things start to drop a little. That's when just a tidge. So this firming face cream is just one of my favorites. This is a staple. If I start to get low, I'm like on ordering another one. In fact, I have another one coming because this one's pretty new, but I will not be without this at this stage of life. It feels so good on my skin. I use that every night before I go to bed, after I exfoliate or mask a couple times a week. But that firming face cream, that goes on right before I go to bed, so it can do its best work while I'm in my restful hours.
Yes.
Speaking of firming, there's other things that also need firmed on our bodies. Yeah. The firming body butter, and this smells so good. The cocoa butter, it's just, this takes me back to my childhood, really. It's just that comforting scent of cocoa butter. And it really, this works. I would never have thought, oh, sure, firming body butter. Like, what's that really? Just trust me. It helps take away that not take away, but it helps, crepey skin. If you haven't dealt with crepey skin yet, God bless you, but you may. And if you do, you might just want to rub this in and just feel the goodness of that.
It is such a good product. That is my go-to. And I can see immediately when I apply the firming body butter, I can immediately see a change in the appearance of my skin. Like,
so good.
It is incredible. That's why it's one of our #1 selling products, and it's a must-have on your legs for sure as well. So, and your neck. We have a lot of women. Don't forget, right? The neck, the décolletage, all of that. So that's a top one. Do you use the firming face cream too on your neck as well, or are you more of like the firming body butter is your go-to on your neck?
On my neck, I use the firming body butter. I like the more, I guess it's just a little bit heavier, which I feel like I spend a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I just need that extra with the firming body butter. And then I just stick with this on my face, and I'll go, along my jawline and down a little bit, but I do the heavier duty for the neck just because I know I need it.
Oh my gosh. I'd love to hear in the comments if any of you love the Ferming body butter,
Oh,
because
good.
again, it is one of our top selling items here at Lemongrass Spa. Okay, I think you've got another product that you feel is a must have.
This I call my precious. When I'm at my parties, my people, they're like, bring out your precious. I'm like, it's the anti-aging oil serum. Ever since this came out, I don't even know how many years we've had this. It's been quite a few years now, but I do remember I went on a road trip and I had forgotten this. And I made my husband turn around. We weren't that far down the road, like a half hour. I'm like, no, we got to go back and get that. I can't be away for 3 days without my anti-aging serum. This is so good, you guys. What this has done for my facial skin. I do believe I get compliments on my skin at 51 years old for several years now about just how youthful it looks and just the consistency of it and the complexion. And I do believe it has to do with using this year after year. It's so good.
It is such a great product. We call it like the liquid gold. And you're right. If people that are really
Yes.
looking for that, more of that, how do I get that youthful or glass
Mhm.
skin and kind of have that glow, that product
Yeah.
brings it for sure.
And I do want to mention one more runner up here because let's talk
Okay.
about the body. And I need more moisture these days, whether it's summer, winter, spring, fall. I don't care what season. I love our body oils. And I did not used to be a body oil person. I was more of lotion, which I still love our lotions,
Yeah.
but there is something about getting out of the shower and using the body oil. And it's not greasy at all. It's
Oh,
just, it soaks in so beautifully and just gives that beautiful moisture that my body so craves at this time of life.
oh,
So don't
absolutely.
forget
And
the
as a
body oil.
season change, it's great to always have a body oil. And I think people sometimes think, you're mentioning two things here about oils. Sometimes people go, well, I don't know if I should put an oil on my face will produce more oil, and
Mhm.
it will not produce more oil. Yeah, you can not, if you haven't used one of our anti-aging oil serum or our banana oil, which is also
Oh,
excellent. That's another great product. And there's just two ingredients in that product, but there's so many good ones. One of my favorites is also the overnight glow treatment. That is just like a tall glass of water for your skin.
yes.
All of those are really, I think, top products for
Mhm.
women. But again, no matter what your age, these products should be staples in almost all of everybody's bathrooms for sure. We often
100%.
talk, Donna, a little bit about the number one product being our opportunity, and that means the business side that we have. And I know a lot of women wear multiple hats, just like you. You've got a full-time job
Mhm.
as well outside outside your home, where you kind of work, as you're not just full-time lemongrass. But let's talk a little bit about, before we get into how you weave that into your business, I want to first talk about why that might be important for women. And as you've been working with women and coming alongside of them as they're aging and going through different parts of menopause, how is community and being this whole other side piece of not just having some extra income for yourself, whatever level that is. And of course, there's no guarantee on income. It's based
No.
on what you do and how
Yeah.
much you work and what you bring to the table here. But for the amazing piece of community, why is looking at Lemongrass Spa probably so important and beneficial for women in our age group?
Oh, there's so many reasons from yes, you mentioned you can make an income with it. Absolutely. And that's totally up to you and the work that you put into it. But the community, as I mentioned before, part of my integrative wellness coaching, community is a huge part of that, is part of your holistic well-being. And I don't think I understood that when I was younger because you're in a different phase of life.
Yeah.
If you had kids, you're raising your kids and your family, and it's just all encompassing. And then you become empty nesters. And that's a whole different phase of life. And we are meant for community. And Lemongrass Spa gives the opportunity for community like nothing I have experienced before. And I'm involved in church heavily, school, with my kids growing up too. Just this is different than that. This is a sisterhood where this community lifts up other women. Even if you're not on the same team, we come alongside sidelines and we're all helping one another because we want to see each other succeed. And I cannot tell you how over the years, the last 14 years, how that in different phases of my life has quite literally saved me at different times. And I don't say that lightly.
I think you're making a really great point. And what I love here, I think what makes lemongrass special, I mean, it's 23 years ago, right? It was started by Heidi, and she's still running this company today. There are
Yes.
so many women that have roles at the home office. It is just like what you're saying, a true sisterhood of women supporting women. And I think that's what really makes that special is Heidi really created this
She did.
community years ago. And what that specialness about feeling seen, about feeling understood, about being celebrated,
Yeah.
that you really can't get anywhere else, or honestly, with any other company that I've ever been a part of. There's just a very unique specialness here at Lemongrass Spa. And so outside of like, I know you were an amazing leader, you've got incredible women on your team and you really help champion and support them. Talk about a little bit about how you've seen women, kind of flourish and grow here at Lemongrass Spa, as they've been working with you as a leader.
Again, it comes back to that community and having other women come alongside you on your team and from other teams as well, just uplifting and empowering. I had a team meeting. I do one once a month and it's virtual because my team is all over the country, all across the teams or time zones. And I just, especially last Monday night, I got off my meeting and my cup was filled to the brim just from pouring into these women and then hearing what they also had to say about their business. It poured into me as well. So it's not just me as a leader, teaching them the ways and, do this, do that to succeed. It's us coming together collectively. What's working in your business? What are your challenges at this time in your business? Because there are challenges because it is a business, but it's coming together and just being there for one another and seeing what we can do to help the other in this season, whatever that season is, from month to month, week to week, day to day, sometimes moment by moment.
Right.
And that is the beautiful thing to me, that just at this time of my life means so much, because I need the community and they need the community. And that's something that we can offer each other together.
Oh, I agree. Put a heart emoji in the comments if you kind of agree with what Donna's saying about how we all could use some love and some community. So you're talking about moments by moments and days by days, and it's a
Yeah.
business. So with you having a full-time job, talk a little bit about how someone can weave this in to what they might already be doing.
Well, I get little breaks throughout the day with my day job. And so I will, if I need to make a customer call or if I have a teammate that reaches out and needs some assistance, quick question, whether it's text or a voice text, there's so many ways we can communicate now. It's just a beautiful thing.
True.
So I will just make those little pockets of time work. It doesn't take a lot to make contact with somebody, whether somebody has a product question or a business question. And then if it's a substance that needs a little bit more time, then we'll schedule that time, which I have some time in the evenings and I have different pockets of time, the weekends. You fit in what is your priority. And this business and these women and these products are one of my biggest priorities. So I do fit it in.
Think that's what's so beautiful about this business, is that you can fit it into the nooks and crannies. You can drop off some samples on your lunch break. You can do follow-up calls in the evening. You can, have maybe a weekend vendor event that you take a Saturday, maybe once a quarter. There's so many different ways that you can build this business alongside of whatever else you might be doing and get that community that we all need and crave so much. So on top of really great, good for you products. So as we're kind of wrapping up a little bit, you mentioned a few products. We're going to be doing some giveaways. So making sure you're tagging people in the comments so we can do some fun giveaways. And make sure, as we're going to give away 3 different products. But before I do, I want you to kind of have maybe an outgoing message. So if a female's watching this call right now, and they might love Lemongrass Spa products, or they're thinking, I do need community. What would you say to somebody listening to this to say, you would absolutely, 1, fall in love with the products, but 2, maybe take a chance on yourself with the business?
Yeah, absolutely. Take a chance. You are worth it. You are worth taking a chance on. One thing I do want to point out, the one I would say objection that I hear most commonly over the years, over the 14 years, is I'm just too busy. I'm so busy. I have so much stuff going on in my life. I'm like, you know what? I get that. I am a busy, abundantly filled life person. And I I have found that those who are the busiest, and I really don't like that word, but that's the word we usually result to.
Yeah.
Those who are the busiest in life usually are the most successful at this because you do know how to prioritize the things that matter. So take a chance on yourself, give it a shot. It's, I tell people you're not married to it. If it doesn't end up working out, you're not married to it, but I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to fall in love and you're going to want to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what you just said. You know what? You are not married to this, but you know what? Take a chance
Yeah.
on yourself. I mean, the best thing, is that you're automatically going to save 25% on the products that you would already be
Yes.
purchasing. And then you're going to have opportunities. And again, who could use more money this time you're going into the holiday season, right? Or you might want to say, let's have a get together with some friends or continue to be a customer. We've got fun free gifts and purchases, bonus buys. We have all kinds of fun things and really
So much
spoil
fun.
our customers here at Lemongrass Spa. But starting with talking about spoiling. Now you had three products. You had the anti-aging oil serum, the firming body butter, and the firming face cream. So we are going to be doing three different giveaways. Comment maybe one of those three products that might be your favorite or have the most interest to you that Donna talked about. So make sure you comment, and by noon the next day, we're going to go through those comments and we're going to randomly pick three people to be able to receive one of those products. So you know what, whatever might be piquing your curiosity to try, drop that. And for our consultants, I've got a fun giveaway for you, making sure you're tagging a friend through this during the live. So Donna, thank you so much for being such an inspiration
Of
to
course.
others. And as you really help champion women find and live their best selves and use the best products for their skin, because ingredients do matter. So
No, it's my
thank
pleasure. Thank you.
thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget to tag and put one of your favorite products that she mentioned and see
Good
who.
luck.
Good night.
Night.